We live. Here we are.
Hey.
Whoa. Welcome everybody to Forever a White Belt. I'm your host, Naughty Nate. And tonight I have with me Waka and Soul. We're going to be going over the Raja Jackson situation. If you haven't seen it, there was an incident that happened over the weekend involving Quinton Rampage Jackson's son, Raja. Uh, man, it is such a loaded situation. We're gonna try to do a little bit of a breakdown, but a quick little quick little breakdown for you. Essentially, what ended up happening is that Raja is probably gonna end up going to jail for attacking a pro wrestler. Slid into the ring, lifted him up, threw him down, mounted him, hit him about. I counted 23 strikes, but it was over 20. Now leading up to that, there's a lot of like controversy leading up to that situation even happening. People were like okaying it, initially. Everybody's like, yeah, jump in there and do your thing. Apparently he was brought to the event for a promotion too. So yeah, let's jump into it, guys. Waka, I'm gonna hand the floor over to you. Why don't you kind of give us your input on how you view the situation?
So, yeah, first, hey guys. And then so I think the situation personally, or not personally, I wasn't there, but how I personally feel about it was I think it was like ah I'm stumbling.
You're good, bro. This is what I was talking about earlier, right?
Yeah. I started stumbling. But
Yeah, no, it's all
so it
good.
was just more I think it was more the it was miscommunication on everybody's end, on especially the wrestlers. They shouldn't have allowed him to get in, especially after having that concussion a couple days ago. He for sure had a concussion. The way he like wobbled during practice after the spinning kick for sure wobbled him. And then to let somebody after that, like, even though you can tell that he was annoyed from the beer can incident, you could
Mhm.
tell that after that it was like you I just think they shouldn't have did it. They shouldn't have allowed him to go in. It wasn't like he just was like, oh fuck this guy. And he was just, doing it out of malice. Yeah, he probably
Right.
blacked out and, was like, bro wasn't all the way there.
I think once it
That
got,
is his fault.
yeah, once it got going, it was kind of hard to stop. I think once he hit that mount and he hit him that first time, and he hit him with all of his power that first time, I
Yeah.
think it was game
Yeah.
over from there.
Yeah. He
To
was
give the people a little bit of context on what he means by the kick prior to the event happening, prior to him going to the pro wrestling event. He was at a gym a few days earlier and he was on his live stream sparring with somebody. And one of the person he was sparring with did what looked to be like a tornado spinning kick and
Bad
caught him.
etiquette.
Yeah, caught
That's
him
bad etiquette
clean.
in my opinion. Like you shouldn't if you're gonna be throwing a spinning kick like that, you should be tapping.
Mm.
You shouldn't be trying to it looked like they followed through, so it's
Yeah,
just
it
like
really did. And as we know, being a martial artist and we all train here, those spinning, when you don't see your target, it's hard to control your power. And it was obvious that guy didn't control his power. He hit him clean. Like you said, Raja was wobbling after the fact. And
hmm
I felt like it was bad etiquette. It was a little bit embarrassing for Raja that happened. And yeah, that may have been a fact, and the reason why you bring that up because it may play a factor in court as well, that he was not really all
concussed.
the way there. He was concussed. And I think you're right too. The people around him should have recognized that fact too. Like
Correct.
he should have been at home. He said
Yeah,
in a
there
video.
yeah.
definitely no reports of him going to the hospital after the training. There was no like
Nothing.
everybody just said, "Oh, he's fine." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He even finished more rounds that day
And
of
he
training.
He even
He
said too
damn,
that
okay. I didn't
he
know
was
that.
throwing up. He threw up prior to the pro wrestling event the next day. He's like, "Yeah, man." He made a video where he's like, "Man, no cap, I'm messed up. I was throwing up earlier." He was supposed to go live on a live stream prior to that event. He couldn't even do it because his head hurt so much. So I think that you know, that definitely was a factor. And then he gets led to the back by his friend. I'm doing quotations right now because I don't consider this AJ pro wrestler guy that Raja was there to support. I don't consider him a friend of Raja's. And we'll get into that here in a minute, but he's brought back to meet the other pro wrestlers. It looks like they're in the back eating, having a little bit of a pre-party, maybe before the event. It looks like they've been drinking a little bit. And then a big guy, noticeably bigger than Raja, kind of walks up to Raja as he's being introduced to some of the wrestlers. And he kind of looks like he's being a little bit intimidating, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Just standing there, kind of like hands on his hips, chest out. And I don't know if this guy was intoxicated or not.
Skyo.
Yeah,
there might have been a good chance.
Yeah, just based off of how he was kind of slurring his words and all that. But anyways, the incident that happens between them is Psycho or Skyo or whatever. He thinks, or he allegedly, he says that he thinks it's like a bit. You know, he thinks Raja's there he's working. He's another pro wrestler. So he takes a beer can, he shakes it up, and he goes over Raja's head with it. And immediately after that happens, like Raja's in his face, like, whoa, what was that? And then like the other wrestlers kind of like realize what's happening. There's kind of like an older gentleman. Yeah. An older guy.
Everybody's trying to like diffuse it, but not make it more than what it is.
Exactly.
They're not trying to escalate it.
Exactly. So they're kind of like realizing like, hey, there's some tension here, right? And I feel like maybe it should have been handled right then. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there was something that happened. Raja's team should have recognized that this is not a good situation for him. You know, you're bringing a guy that I don't think Raja's a pro yet, but he's making his way up to pro.
So semi-pro.
Because I don't think the Psycho Stu dude was trying to hurt Raja with that beer can smash. It was an empty, beer can, but I don't think Raja, was really under, especially with the concussion.
He wasn't told about it. That's the problem. It wasn't like they was like, hey, I'm about boy's about to come hit you in the head, and then y'all can do a little bit.
It's gonna be an act. It's just gonna be for show.
Correct.
I don't think he exactly
I was just
knew
sitting chilling with my homeboy. Next thing I know, some wrestler walks up and hits me. And I want to fight now, but you know what? It's cool. And next thing I know, all the wrestlers around me are like, "Oh, you want to fight? Hey, well, we gotta, you can get your receipt back. We'll set up a little promo for you."
And then receipt in wrestling terms is just like one good shot, right?
Yes, one good lick back,
like
and
it might even have been like shot. I think is the definition, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. From my understanding, yeah.
Correct on. I would say the same on my understanding too. So it was like it went there. I feel like once he got the hit or even the slam, once he got the slam, that's technically the receipt because of how hard he slammed him. There was no help. Everybody wanted to see a scuffle because of how long it took before anybody even jumped in.
Yeah, I think everybody was shocked. Honestly, I think when they realized, I mean,
he was actually
you brought a trained fighter around guys, and I'm not trying to be like say wrestling is ultra fake because those guys do put their body through a lot of stuff, but it's different from having a guy that is trained to like beat people. Like that's what he does, that's what he's training to make a living out of. You pretty much brought a bomb around a bunch of instigators, you know what I mean?
Time bomb,
a ticking time bomb, essentially, and I think when you are bringing these guys that do this for real, I guess that there should be some etiquette around that, or there should be some understanding that, hey, if we are going to do a bit with this gentleman, he should be in on the bit, and we should all have an agreement. There shouldn't be any side quests or somebody just trying to make their own fucking
I can
show
definitely
out
tell
of it.
he was trying to improvise, especially with all the cameras, around and everything.
Yeah.
And I think,
and
miscommunication,
big time
a big miscommunication.
Yeah, and one of the videos that I saw, according to Raja's, again, quote unquote friend AJ, that this guy is kind of known for doing that. That he's always on, he's always working, so he's he kind of has a reputation of taking things maybe a little far. And I watch a little bit of the behind the scenes with the pro wrestler stuff. I find them pretty entertaining. These guys are like basically rock stars that are on the road every weekend, every week, like 62 weeks out of the year. These guys are on the road, and they're rock stars. They party, and I don't know if this guy has a reputation of being this way with individuals. Regardless, if he does, they should know that, and they shouldn't allow. Like they should have prevented the situation from happening. They don't hype it up and be like, "Hey, Raja, don't worry, you're gonna get him back," not knowing that
Yeah,
his
that's where I
idea of
feel
getting
like
somebody
that's
back.
a setup almost. No, not
Yeah,
even almost.
I was
That
gonna
is a setup.
say, I mean,
I agree. That's what it felt like to me too.
uh
It's like, and that's I feel like it's some of the issue with some of this content creation shit is that his team around him may have been more amped up for the content as to what like could
Was
and that's
happen.
actually going
gonna,
on. Was
yeah.
Yeah,
actually his actual
then
health and seeing his. Yeah, no, I
it,
definitely
I can't
agree
lie,
on
I don't
that.
know if they're really his,
that's what I'm
friends
But
saying.
if
then
they're
it's
doing
also
I
that
like,
kind of
what
stuff.
type of team did he even really have around him? Because even afterwards, like immediately afterwards, what's his name comes out and he was like, I don't want to be. He was saying he didn't want to be bullied or he ain't no bitch or some shit like that,
yeah.
and that was immediately after he punched the dude. It was socked him out and stuff.
Mhm.
He was so it was like it only was him and the cameraman. So who else was really like around him? I don't think he really even had a team.
Yeah, they obviously, like I said, had some miscommunication. People around him misread the situation. I even think Rampage himself didn't realize what kind of state his son was in because he called him when he noticed that, like, I guess some people were commenting on Rampage's live stream that your son got jumped or beat up or something. So Rampage
Yeah.
called him and kind of made him like was checking on him, but was kind of joking with him and kind of made fun of him a little bit too. And I don't think he
Mm.
realized that his son was in like a state where he was like ready to go, bro. Like
Yeah, he was
he's
already
amped
in the mental
up.
state.
Yeah, and people in Raja's comments were also amping him up and telling him like, "Hey, you're a bitch. Like you let that dude punk you." And blah
Oh
blah
yeah.
blah. So not even so like his team not realizing like this guy's sitting here literally shaking his legs, amping up to get in there to hurt this individual. And
Ticking
he's
time bomb, concussion, the
right.
influence of his viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's just so much, and it's just
So I
like,
Yeah.
guess the real question is, do you guys think he deserves prison time? Because they're trying to give him prison time.
I don't think
I
they should put him away for a lot, but he does need to, like, I
I
do
mean,
feel like he does. I don't know. Even
What
I don't know,
that could just be
honestly.
let's
probation,
let's take this
Probation,
one
yeah,
at a
anger
time.
probation,
management.
Yeah.
something like that.
Let's take this one at a
But
time. Let's get your input, Saul. What do you think should happen to Raja with some of the factors and some of the knowledge that you do have? What do you think should happen? We're gonna invite Derek on right now too.
I have a feeling like there
Hey,
may
Derek,
be.
welcome to the show.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Hey,
no, sorry.
Avocado! I miss you guys so
Hey,
much.
hey, Derek. So we got Soul on here. He's gonna answer a question as to what he believes should happen to Raja, as like a consequence. Okay, so we're gonna
Yeah.
hand the show over to him real quick. Go ahead,
Oh,
Saul.
right over to me. I mean, I've seen some pretty like ridiculous things out there about, him going to jail for like a long time. I'm really not sure because that's going to be up to a judge to decide. But I do feel like one way or another, is going to have to deal with the consequences. It's just the fact that it was literally on a live streaming platform for everyone to see. And I mean, people have screen recorded it, but everyone has seen it. Everyone probably has it in their camera roll, I bet. And it's like, I don't think he's going to be able to like get away from it with the even. I don't know if all of the factors will be decided in. You know,
I agree. Yeah,
I feel like certain things might be overlooked, and it's like I'm at such a lost cause to what to think at this by now because I'm just like
fair enough.
it's just so insane. I've
Let's
never
get
seen anything like it.
let's get Waka's opinion here. What do you think should happen now to Raja? Now that the situation's done, it's happened, it's out there. We got some of the factors leading up to it. Where Where does this go now, Waka?
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know
No,
my
you
thing cut
good.
off for a second.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, I mean, I think he has to do something. Like Soul was saying, he does have to do some type. You have to. You did something wrong, so it's not like you just did nothing wrong. I don't
Mhm.
think he needs to do prison time. He could probably
Maybe
do a
prison
little bit
time's a
of
little
time.
far.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think he needs an anger management, some type of class,
Mental health
head
counseling,
scan,
maybe.
obviously.
Mhm. All right, let's get Derek's opinion. Derek, it looks like you're muted. Derek, you're muted. Oh
What's
no.
up? Just
Oh, there you
unmuted.
are.
Can you
Nope,
guys
there
hear
you
me?
are. Yeah, Derek, why don't you give us a little insight? You're welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you on. It'd be interesting to hear what you have to say, Derek, because I mean, you are of a little bit older too, and you have a little bit more
A
life
wise man.
perspective.
A lot
Um,
older. Thank you. Yeah, I feel it sometimes. Like all of a sudden, my
me
foot
too,
started
bro.
hurting coming downstairs to do this thing. And I didn't do anything to my foot. It just started hurting for no reason. It's like, dude, don't get
Father
old, guys.
time,
If I could
bro.
give you
Father
some
time.
advice, just don't get old, right? Stay young
Great
forever.
advice.
Fuck.
Yeah. So
Let me
yeah,
know
that's
when you find that one out.
right. So
Um,
regarding the situation that happened over the weekend with this young man, Raja Jackson, what do you think should happen as a result?
so I'm with the first opinion that I heard, which was we should let a court decide, right? Because there, when you're being tried by a jury of your peers versus tried by the court of popular opinion, I think those are two very different things. I think we need to let the facts be presented. I think that at the end of the day, there might be some things that we're not seeing that don't get as many views or likes, and therefore could sway the entire court case. We have to ask some questions. Was what he did assault? Was it justifiable? Was it, you got to go, you got to follow
Oh, it
that
was
process.
definitely assault.
Right. And we can't rush through this though. We got to trust the process. You can never rush the process, even though the process sucks and it's long and it's going to be a painstaking thing, and it could be drawn out even more.
Mhm.
But at the end, I would hope that all the facts are presented for both parties and that a fair decision is made based on those facts. And until we have all of the facts, we just go off of what we saw, which obviously, we're going to form our opinions. But again, I think getting this in front of a court and letting courts decide. Lord knows we pay enough money in taxes to pay for these court systems. Let them do their job and get this, so at least everybody gets a fair shake.
I
You
really
know,
do think they should like maybe do a head scan,
Yeah.
during the court
Yes.
process, because it's like we that might have been the only time we've seen it, on a live stream footage, live of him getting kicked, but it's like who knows how hard he might be going in general in sparring, how
Yeah.
often he might be sparring, all of those other things as
Mhm. There
well.
could
So
be.
I feel like
I think
there's so
that's
much
a good
important stuff
point.
to cover.
Yeah, there could
How
be
thick is
some
the skull?
past head trauma that he's dealing with too. But again, too, I mean, when you take those factors out of it and just stick to the fact that like you did still do this thing and you did this thing on camera in front of an audience. And you did this thing also. I don't know if you guys saw some of the videos when he was on his live, he was saying what he was going to do. He
Ooh.
said that he was gonna get in there and f this dude up. Like there was that. I think that may, depending on if they are able to get that
premeditated.
evidence. That's what I'm thinking. That's gonna look like it's premeditated. You know. But then again, also the
The,
event people told him that
yeah.
you can go in there and get your receipt, and they didn't specify what that meant either.
So
So
well, I guess what I would ask on that is, do they get any kickback on this, or would it be solely
right,
on him?
Is that
right.
provable?
Yeah.
Are people going to admit, oh yeah, I
No,
took
it's on
money on the
camera.
side?
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
well,
How much of this social media is playing a factor in this, and how crazy is that we can actually
How much
kind of,
footage do we have? I feel like they're going to
yeah.
be going.
An
I feel like
hour,
most of
an
it is just
hour
going to
and
be.
26 minutes.
Hmm.
He live streamed the whole thing.
Hmm.
It's just a whole criminal
so
case right there, which
so
is
are you
insane to me.
guys? I don't know. Maybe you guys know more about this than I do, but I heard. Now you can fact check me on this. Not certain if this is 100% truth, but I heard as of
Got
2024, courts are no longer allowing video and audio evidence solely by itself
Oh,
without two-step verification
is that
because of
due to AI?
CGI,
Oh,
oh,
and AI.
wow.
It is so good now that it can confuse. So they have to have two-step verification.
That's
And
crazy. I don't mean
so
to
if
interrupt
this,
you, Derek. Let me
what's
add.
up?
I'm gonna add. Hoochie Daddy has joined us. He's
When is
backstage
that?
here. I'm gonna add
Gucci.
him onto the show, and then we're gonna continue on with Derek. Hey, Hoochie Daddy, welcome to the show, man. Thank you
Thank you
for.
for having me. How's everyone doing?
We're
Pretty
doing
good. You
well. We just
Doing
have
good. How
Derek
about
here.
yourself?
Derek here is explaining some new laws to us that are coming to effect soon. But I just wanted to, take a quick break and welcome you to the show. And we're going to circle back and get your opinion on this situation with Raja. Go ahead, Derek.
Perfect.
So just and again, I would like to be fact checked on this, just because maybe our audience can fact check us and kind of throw something in the comments or whatever, because of the fact that I don't know everything, but it would make sense. It would make total sense that you would need that two-step and even more now three-step verification. I mean, hell, you can't even access your bank account without a two-step verification code because AI is just that good now.
Oh, AI
And
is taking
But
things to the next level. I don't know what's real.
live streaming is like you can, there's not an AI for live streaming.
Yeah. I feel
There,
like
That
that
would
in
be your
particular might
two-step
be
verification. And you
okay,
already
I'm not.
have other
Yeah,
people
he is live
around
stream.
to be able to be
witnesses.
like, yes, that was correct.
I did not know that though. That's actually wow.
Yeah, I'll send you the video. Anyways, let's circle back here to Hoochie Daddy. Awesome name, by the way, bro. Uh,
Love it.
so Hoochie Daddy, you're not only an MMA fighter, but you're also a pro wrestler yourself.
Yes,
So
I
maybe you
am.
can give us some insight
Oh
on,
shoot.
both worlds there. What's your perspective on the situation?
Well, like I said, my credentials to run it down real quick. I've had 4 MMA fights. I'm a 185-pound MMA champion out of Oregon. I've been doing
Hell
pro
yeah.
wrestling for about 3 years now. So I'm pretty
Hell
well
yeah.
versed in both worlds of this.
Mm.
I will say, from my perspective, I'll say everyone screwed up on this. Everybody, from the
Yeah.
wrestlers, from the
Totally.
promotion. I'll blame Rampage Jackson a little bit for this.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
actually
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There might be a bit to that. I
That's
was
his
gonna
son,
Yep.
say.
so all
Yeah.
blame
Mhm.
goes back to your father.
I will say I think there was a lack of communication. Just like any of these situations, there was a huge lack of communications. I'm not really, I'm not too well informed on the wrestler involved in this. I don't know him before this incident. But from what I understand was he was told there was something worked out with Raja beforehand with the beer can and everything. That didn't go over real well. Apparently, no one told that to Raja. And then we have it on video of him going up multiple times, apologizing, shaking hands, whatever, like shit, my bad.
Yeah.
I will say getting smashed with a 95% empty beer can, I don't care if you actually hit someone with it, it doesn't hurt that bad. It's
Yeah.
not, maybe, especially a can. If it's a bottle, maybe. Can, not that big a deal. And then, apparently apologies were made. I wasn't there. I don't know. But it sounds like everything else was like water under the bridge, like copacetic. We were good. We were set up. Now we flash forward to him jumping in the ring. And as a wrestler, I'll say that you see it in his eyes when he picks him up. Roger picks that dude up. He's like, oh, cool. We're just going to continue what we did earlier. That's why he was super relaxed. He didn't fight him. He didn't try and grab him in a headlock like any of us would
Right.
do if we just got picked up randomly when we weren't expecting it, right? So that's part of what
Facts.
he was probably expecting to happen. Then the slam. That was Rampage Jackson personified right there. That's something he's trained a million times. Full sentiment of the canvas, something I've done in both worlds, I'll be honest. But the real
It's
incident is
very
those
Rampage
punches.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Those punches are the. I don't care.
That's where he went too far, especially after the
I
first one.
20. What I think someone said he threw 27, landed 20. If that was a
Yeah, that
UFC
might have been
fight, he
it.
would have got performance of the night bonus for landing that many.
Yeah.
Like that.
Fuck.
I don't care if it's as a fighter. I was trying to kill everyone I fought. I mean, I'll be no bones about it. I didn't get nicknamed Berserker for nothing when I was fighting. I was trying to
Oh,
murder someone.
Berserker. You share the same
It's a good one. JD
nickname
Barnes.
as JD. Yeah, I already know
Yep.
anybody that has the name
Yeah,
Berserker. They probably just go for it.
you know it.
I got the Oregon Athletic Commission stopped fights because they were like, they didn't want the guys to fight me because they were like new guys trying to break in and make a name. They're like, no, don't do that. Anywho, couple those punches, one were full set. Those were haymakers, ground and pound. That's the kind of punches you give someone if you come home and they're touching your daughter. Like those are not.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not. That's not. What did he say later? Like he made me mad. Those aren't I'm mad punches. Those aren't. That dude was out to prove a point, and he took it out on the expense of this poor wrestler
Mm.
who was at first just totally trying to work with him.
How much do you think one, the prior concussion he may have had to the event played a factor, and number two, the social media, the comments in there, he was ramping up. I know you mentioned Rampage kind of playing a factor. I also mentioned that earlier. I don't think Rampage really understood how amped up his son was when he called him, because he made that phone call to him after he saw what happened to him.
Yep.
Getting hit, and he kind of was teasing him a little bit about it, and didn't
Uh,
really realize that, like, hey, your son's actually under a little duress. But that may be their relationship too, because I've seen other videos with
For
them
sure,
where they
that's
kind
the
of give each other
relationship.
shit. It's just kind of the
Well,
relationship.
was it back in
So
the early 2000s and 10s? Rampage, we did an interview. He said, "I've made so much money. I have bail money for my Asian kids, and I have bail money for my black kids, and I have, you know, college funds for my Asian kids." Like the dude
he's
knows his
always
kid.
he's always been an entertainer for sure.
But this is the world. You're crossing what. Not that pro wrestling. I hate the F word. It's not fake, but we're trusting each other to put on a good show.
Yeah.
And so I don't think this kid understood, like, anything you do, and for as far as I can tell, the promotion was trying to tell him that this is all entertainment. Like,
Hmm.
to be a badass, you have to take a little shit. You have to have a reason. So if he just jumped in there and beat up the dude, even for pretend, then you just like a dick. You
Yeah,
have to have some reason to do it.
I did see his friend, quotations with the AJ guy, his friend, he was telling him after that situation happened with the dude that hit him. He's like, yeah, this guy's always like this. He's always acting like we're always working. And when you get a chance to give him a receipt, you give him that receipt and you make sure you give it to him. He goes, you remember what a receipt is? And he's like, yeah, I remember. He goes, good. You give it to him. If anybody says anything or anybody does anything, I'll go out there and I'll step up for you. So I feel like that was a little bit of a,
I think, like I said, bad information around a receipt is, say I'm wrestling you and I accidentally just pop you. I give you one keyword here, one back,
right.
not 20 haymakers where I'm flat out snoring, body's twitching, because I'm unconscious, and you're smashing the dude. I said on the post you made about this, that's damn near attempted murder. Like any one of those punches hits the wrong spot. It's why you could get charged. If I get in a bar fight and I knock someone, they hit their head on the back of the bar table. It's a manslaughter charge if they die. Like there's consequences.
It is.
If I go
bouncer, man, yeah, you can get manslaughter for just hitting somebody, and they hit their head. It happens
now
all the time.
You take that to level with someone flat on the ground, unconscious, and a training fighter. Yeah, no.
Not to mention, like I was telling these guys, he mentioned on his live stream what he was going to do. Like he said, he was on his live stream and he said, I'm gonna F this dude up, like wait, he thinks I'm a punk, just wait till I get in there. Like there was a lot of that going on. I think again, the team around him, I believe his trainer, or I don't know if his weightlifting trainer or whatever, but somebody that was his trainer was also at this event with him, and they didn't recognize that, hey, my student or somebody that I work out with is in a bad situation here, and we should probably.
This is a Don King problem, honestly.
Yeah,
this is people playing into the hype. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to interject. I don't know what's worse, being a person. I'm not a professional fighter, But I've studied fighting my entire life, and anytime that I've been in a confrontation, I don't know what's worse: the person that I'm getting into the confrontation with, or my ego as it's getting pumped up, right, and my adrenaline as that's feeding into my ego,
Yeah.
and then somebody you just need some jackwagon in the crowd goes, I don't want to cause no problems, but I wouldn't take that shit from somebody, right? And then all of a sudden you like elevate and go. And so maybe that was just enough fuel on the fire
Uh,
to push his ego to that level. And then he just, but it shows a couple of things. Raja probably needs some maturity lessons for sure. Nothing's going to
yeah.
be more humbling than sitting in front of a court because, look, man, as a person that just went through a DUI, there is nothing that's going to make you feel more like a punk than the court system itself. And I don't know what kind of legality issues anybody on the show has had, but when you're facing like
Time.
handcuffs
Yeah.
and time that you will never get back, there is nothing worse than that, man. That the whole prison system is designed to break you as a human being, and they do a real good job at it, man. Talk about dehumanizing. From the moment you get there, you're taking off your clothes and you're putting on the county's clothes because you're now a number.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're a number, and then you're going through a system. I don't care how tough you are, man. That place will break you. It
Yeah.
is designed to do so, and they do it on purpose. You get fed the worst of the worst food. You know, and that's why they have commissaries and stuff. It's awful.
Yeah, and it really does suck, kind of where he was going in this MMA world to kind of where he's going now. You know, he was an up and coming star, the son of a legend, bro. And maybe that had some added pressure to it as well, that he felt like he had to represent his last name and he wasn't going to get punked online. And like I
Or
said, those
even in training.
or in
You
training
you
too. I
can
mean,
tell he trains hard. You can tell.
yeah,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of pressure there, and maybe that was some of it. And I could, like I said, I have some from being now almost 40 years old, and I'm a coach too, and I coach young men, and I coach young men that are, sometimes they're hotheads and stuff like that, and I know they make mistakes, so I have some sympathy for that fact. I hate to see him make that kind of mistake, but there is a line, like we were saying, man, hitting somebody that many times, you only have one intention, and that to me is like you're trying
Killing
to
him.
permanently injure this guy, or yes, end this guy's life, bro.
Well,
And
here
that's
we've
rough.
all we've all I don't know everyone's extended training on this. You invited me on and hopped on. We've done enough, especially if you're a coach and everyone's been involved in it. You get tired after 10 punches on a mount.
Yeah.
You're breathing hard enough. You're tired enough to be like, what am I doing right now? Throwing that amped up that wide. I don't care. You're exhausted by that point. See, he had by punch 15, he's like, why am I doing this? And he's just still throwing them, still
Yeah,
throwing them,
I
still throwing
think
them.
I
That's why I
think
said he
too.
blacked out because it was like that's the only thing that could. Because even when the dude who did come and save him came to save him, you could see as soon as old boy touched him, he grabbed him, tried to throw his ass.
Oh, he was in
He
kill
was
mode.
definitely still in fight mode,
Yeah, he
a
was
There's
in
hundred
kill
percent.
mode, bro. And
there's
I don't go ahead.
and the thing about this, at the end of the day, I call personal responsibility. This dude's 25 years old, isn't he? Like
Mm-hmm.
25, right about there.
Yeah, I
Yep.
And
believe
I'm
so.
seeing posts like this kid made a mistake. Like this isn't a kid. This is a grown ass man. You're in
Facts.
charge of your own emotions. You're in charge of your own actions, especially as a
Facts.
trained fighter.
Yeah.
I've been at bars where, like you said, tried to punk me and
You're
call me
more
out on shit.
responsible,
I
if
have to have the
anything.
responsibility to know this dude's talking out his ass. He's talking out his neck. Only bad things can happen by me. I hate the term blacking out or seeing red personally. That's, me thing, 'cause I've been in the world so much. But
Hmm.
like you have to have the maturity to be like, who cares what some punk says online? Who cares what some dude says? I know who I am. I know I'm one of the baddest dudes walking this earth. And when the time comes, I can prove it when I'm getting paid and I won't get in trouble. But to do it randomly and risk everything because some dude said something you don't like
There's
that's me.
obviously some
I
more
would
stuff
say
going on.
blacking out doesn't like resolve you of any like
No, not at all.
not crimes
No
or
legal
anything. So
recourse. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, so
I
it's
know
like
exactly
if
what you're
you
saying.
still did it,
Yeah, and you did it in front of a crowd, and I don't know. I don't want to listen to this. I don't know if like Raja anticipated what he was gonna do prior to him like getting in there and doing it. I think when he lifted him and he slammed him and he popped up to hit him, and he hit him with full force, I think that's kind of like, oh, I've gone this far, I'm just gonna go all the way.
Fully committed.
Yep, I think he at that point he's like, whatever, we're just gonna go and do this, and it was over from there. Like you're saying though, I mean, at punch 12, he missed and he kind of went forward. He repostured and went up and went at him again.
Mhm.
I saw a video of Rampage Jackson watching that, and it was at that point he kind of turned his head away and was like, "That's he's like, my son may go to jail." He even told somebody there. He goes, "It looks like he's gonna go to jail."
Yeah, he said he's going to jail for sure.
Can I throw this one into the mix here too? Like Mighty Mouse on a recent podcast had made the big tits comment. I'm sure we all saw the reel about some dude commenting on his wife or whatever, and he had to play along like, yeah, man, she does have great you know what I mean? And basically he was like, I'm in a lose situation. He goes, I'm an MMA fighter, just like what man, nice to meet you. I'm Derek. I don't think we've met personally, but nice to meet you.
We're
MMA
all
guy over
meeting
there.
for the first time.
Yeah, pro wrestler. Anyways,
he said, I'm not saying hoochie daddy.
Hoochie daddy.
Hey now.
So
Hey,
what
lots of people pay me to say it.
It's that whole maturity. You know, like it took me 48 years to become 48 years old, right? I couldn't be 48 years old at 22, 25 like Raja is, right? And I now have the ability to assess situations based on experience and say, okay, now all of you guys that are in the ring and you have a lot of more experience of in the ring, you know what you're capable of doing to another human being. If the situation presents itself, you know that you're more than capable of probably really making it a bad night for them. But your maturity and your strength of character also says, you know what, I'm doing you a favor by walking away. I'm doing you a favor right now. And they can mouth off to you, but it's just words because everybody knows what you guys are capable of. They've seen it. You know what I mean? They know. And if they don't know, they just need to check out a couple of your fights and they'll figure it out that you did that guy a favor, right? So like, shout out to people need to watch and give you guys more likes and views, by the way.
Oh yeah.
For all
Make sure you
fights.
guys subscribe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and do that because that needs to happen, right, to support the community. But more importantly, you know what the scrapyard and street beefs and like I have people at work all the time. Oh, big bad Derek, you know I'm an older guy and they want to fuck with me, whatever. And it's like, look, man, honestly, or say I've done them a favor, right? And they're like, man, you're the man, Derek. You've done, you know, whatever. You helped me out when I was doing my union thing and helping people save their jobs. And I'm like, I appreciate you saying that. It really makes me feel good, but you have nothing to base that off of. You see me do my job and you see me for like 5 minutes. When I know I'm the man is when I come home and my wife, who's been with me for 20 years, says I'm the man. Then I know I'm the man, right? Like that, because nobody else is going to have the time the fights, all the things that we've put in together for our relationship, good, bad, all the stuff, the ups and downs. When she says it, I know it. When my kids look at me and go, Dad, I love you. You're the best dad ever, right? Then I know I'm the man. That's all that matters.
Too, like we were saying though, you like you said, it's taking you 47, 48
years, yeah,
to get to that point. We're still dealing with
hey, you got 2 years before you're old. I'm sorry to cut you off now.
No, you're good. we are dealing with somebody in their mid-20s, and I understand too what you said, Hoochie Daddy. He's a grown man, so let's not take that. Let's not
say it like he's a kid.
He's a kid. I understand that, but I also know mid-20s. I made a lot of mistakes myself. I know hotheads are happening at mid-20s, and respect goes two ways. And if that was a promo that wasn't agreed upon, and the dude just got hit with the can, and he's an MMA fighter, and from where he comes from, and like I said, all those other factors,
you can't tell someone how to react.
He's gonna react, but it should have been handled then. And
and better.
Not 3.5 hours later.
And not letting him ramp up and actually encouraging him to go
how
and
does
do
that
it.
even? Something's wrong with him for sure. Because how the hell are you still mad 3.5 hours later?
Well, it's because a lot of the people on the comments were amping him up, like you're a punk, you're getting punked, and I think that the promo and stuff, the promotion itself, I feel like screwed up because they wanted content. Why would you allow
they got their
MMA fighter in there?
So that that company was a WWE affiliate, and it's already gone now. They scrapped that real fast.
Oh my
There you
gosh.
go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, they
crap.
said we're not having that based on our name.
Yeah.
Oh
Nope.
my god.
But
Lawsuits to follow. Those cost a lot of money, time and
Mhm.
money, man. And the last time I checked, WWE's in the business of making money.
All the
And
way.
Mhm.
they're
That's why they
the
brought our
entertainment.
truth back.
Yep. So I think, but hey guys, speaking of money, I gotta get my butt up and go make some tomorrow. I gotta
All
be up
right,
at
Derek.
3:30 in the
Well, I
morning. But
appreciate you joining us, Derek. Thank
Hey,
you.
you
Have
stay
yourself
up,
a great
Derek.
night, bro.
yeah, nice meeting
and
you.
Take
and
care,
nice
Derek.
meeting you too, Hoochie Daddy. Yeah, see, I
Yeah.
said it. I said it.
Hey, he
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come up to the
Hey.
yard, man, and get some of our tacos next month, man.
Yeah, I
There
know
you
that's
go,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
All right.
All
See you
right.
later,
Have a
Derek.
good one, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye. All
Uh,
right,
shit.
man.
I guess
Yeah.
my
All
thought on
right.
this.
Go
I'm
ahead, Uchi.
29. By the time I was I was in the Marines from 18 to 22. Started college wrestling right after that. I was fighting at 25, 26, 27. I turned to pro wrestling. I'm as hot headed as you can get. Do not get this twisted. I'm ready to throw down any day of the week, but it has to be for the right reasons. Because again, these legal troubles, you never know who knows, that dude he fought could have been a badass and could have tried to break his neck because you never know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's and you can see the guy trusted him, and like I said, bad communication all around. There's the hype culture, and it's like a flashback to early 2000s MMA where it was all who's the toughest dude at the bar, who's don't take shit from anybody. It's mohawks, affliction, tap out shirts, and Monster Energy drinks. We're not in that world anymore. People are smarter.
That
People
was a
are
good time.
we know better than that. And this kid I hate saying kid because everyone keeps saying kid. He's not. He's a grown ass man.
This
He made a
man.
choice. Is acting like this is prime 2005 and he's BJ Penn and getting a bar fight whenever he wants and there'll be no consequences. Like,
He's fucking Matt Hughes.
Didn't
it's
Penn get knocked out in that bar fight?
I was
Like,
there
wasn't
for that fight. I was in Hawaii when that happened. I was at the
No
bar when it
real?
happened.
What?
It was a 2-story country bar, and he came in
Oh, that's
swinging
true.
around like he was the coolest dude because normally he has to run this island. And
Hell
there's a
yeah.
reason there's weight classes. He went up to
Yeah.
Oh
some
god.
group of like 300-pound Samoans and tried to hit on his girl, and it did not go well. And I was up on the upper level of this bar on the outside on the smoking area and just watched him get his ass kicked. And I'm like,
Oh, Jesus,
that sucks.
man.
That is not
He thought
me.
he was Max Holloway.
Man. Ooh. I bet that was
God.
an exciting night. Well,
He
hey,
was
I
all
guys.
the way before all the way.
Yeah, let's do a couple closing statements here. I'm going to start with Saul. Give us your closing argument, your closing statement on this situation. Like I said, what do you think Raja should have done different? And moving forward,
Are
what do you think
profanities
is going to
allowed
happen?
on the
Yeah,
podcast?
yeah, whatever you want.
He's
Whatever you want.
fucked.
He's fucked.
I like realistically he is.
Yeah.
Like it's just all there for everyone to watch, and I'm sure they've already launched the I'm pretty sure I heard yesterday they like launched like investigations and everything, so
I
They
think he's
did.
already
it's only
arrested.
going to be a matter of time.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Mhm.
Shit.
All right. All right. Hoochie Daddy, any last words? About
Be
the situation?
smart, make good choices, and don't let other people dictate your actions.
Facts.
That's great advice. That's really great advice. And Waka, what do you got to say about it?
Hey, I say that he should have thought smarter, had better people around him, and probably came to the scrapyard.
Probably can. Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
Waka, quick question for you, Waka. Speaking
what
of
up?
scrapyard, where were you this past Saturday, man? I saw that you signed up. We didn't see you at the
Yeah,
event.
yeah. I know. I fucked around and had some other shit I had to do.
It happens.
Missed
Waka, have you
out.
fought here yet?
No, I've only been there to like helping coaching and stuff,
All
like
right.
coaching
Well,
some of the fighters.
next event, we got to see you out there. And
Oh, for
Hoochie Daddy,
sure.
if you'd ever like to come out to the scrapyard, you're
I'm gonna
always
go out there with lights
welcome.
out.
There you go.
Ooh.
We like to
Let's
have
see if I
fun
can
out
squeeze it
there.
in between all my titles I'm winning. I'll try and get it in there.
There you go. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight on this. I know it's kind of promptu, but I thought it was a great discussion, and I look forward to continuing to talk to you guys and follow your guys' careers, man.
Of
Thanks again.
course. See y'all. Y'all have
See
a
you
good
guys.
time.
Thank y'all.
Y'all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.